Blessings. What's up, graduates? Hey. I'm gonna do a very counselor moment. Sorry, family and friends, 1 second. Graduates, I want you to be very present in this moment. I know there's a lot of adrenaline going, and a lot you're like, I don't know what's going on, I'm so excited. Let's just get to the name calling. So if we can all take a deep breath together, inhale, and exhale. All right, let's go in. 5 things I know to be true about love. 1, love is annoying. It's stressful and anxiety-provoking. Love keeps you up until 2 a.m. demanding you work hard at it, invest in it, knowing it will call on you early in the morning when you're exhausted. You will want to ignore the call, but somehow you get yourself to answer anyways too. Love comes when you least expect it. Or is the friend that was always there, you just had never been quite ready, timing was always off until one day you meet it at the crosswalk, or it came full speed and knocked you off your feet and out of complacency and into feeling free. 3, love will challenge you. Love will tell you about yourself. Trigger the wounds you let scab over, tell you this bleeding has made you who they need in healing today, will cover you with ointment and tell you, to ask you, to tell the story of how you got these scars, how you fought through battles and wars. 4, love never expects of you. You will often question, why me? You will often say, I don't deserve to be here. You will often wonder, can I give enough to this? Will I be enough for this? The answer is always yes. The answer is always yes if you give your very best in every authentic piece of the pie. You've got to thrive in this love. Keep the legacy of good work and commitment alive. And 5, love becomes what you least expect of it. Changes you in the ways you never knew possible. Empowers you to become the counselors you are today. This is your wedding day. This is your purpose and your calling. This is your commitment to the social change and healing, the community in this building and beyond. Your counseling practice is your love song, is where you knew you were to partner into all along. So let us celebrate in ceremony, matrimony, and commencements. If I know anything to be true about love, this is it. It is that this day is only your first dance, and how beautiful you two will begin to move together. Distinguished faculty of San Francisco State University Masters in Counseling Program, Counseling Student Association, and most importantly, graduating class of 2016, it is my profound blessing and honor to be sharing my truth and celebrating yours through commencement and love. In 2010, I received an acceptance letter from my top choice for graduate school in this same exact program. 2 years later, in 2012, I was sitting in your exact seat. I think in Dawn's, actually. Exactly right there. Proud, transformed, and ready to change the world. Or at least one student's perspective and approach to the world day by day. This program allowed me to create a community of counselors who would also become lifelong friends and family, and to find mentors that would become my support system, wisdom source, advocates, and heroes. This program was and will always feel like home. I like to say, time is merely a construct, and for me, 4 years have passed in the blink of an eye, and yet life after graduate school showed me that even with this strong community, we are always a student, and that your journey in counseling and learning about this professional field and practice has only just begun. I feel like I should have the Carpenter song playing right now, just like Dr. Gut King got Dirty Dancing. Can we get someone to play that? I have been a college counselor at SF State's Undergraduate Advising Center and currently am one of the counseling faculty at Skyline College's Center for Innovative Practices through Hip Hop Education and Research, or what my hip hop heads in the room know as a cipher. We are a team of educators who are as intentional in our pedagogy and our counseling philosophies, using relevant music and hip hop cultural values as we are in the way we model and engage in love as our uniting practice. As you sit in your fabulous caps and gowns and leis, soon to walk across this stage and receive your well-deserved hoods and degrees, I invite you to ask yourself, how do I love? And after this commencement, I invite you to ask yourself again around this time every year, how am I informing and grounding my counseling philosophy in love differently today? Which, as we all know, is also how we build the foundation for our own lives. My own journey through counseling, through the now hundreds of stories I have heard from students, and the various ways I have practiced counseling skills of open-ended questions, unconditional positive affirmations, observing nonverbals, the ever so fun transference and countertransference, the balancing act of dual relationships. Am I getting all these all right? I hope so. Cliche as it may be, have all led me to this one word, Love. American author, poet, professor, and fellow badass woman of color Bell Hooks wrote in her national bestseller, All About Love. The word love is most often used as a noun, yet we would all love better if we used it as a verb. So I ask again, how do you love? Furthermore, Bell Hooks goes on to write, the love we make in community stays with us wherever we go. With this knowledge as our guide, we make any place we go a place we return to love. In social justice work as counselors, we advocate on multiple levels for our communities, with our clients and students, and ultimately ourselves. I am certain throughout my years now as a counselor, educator, and artist, that all three of these levels interconnect and impact one another. So one, community. Within our communities, news reports, tweet updates, and politics, we are still in places of crises, trauma, lack of safety, understanding, and as our current President Barack Obama would say, in need of the audacity to hope. As Bell Hooks would also say, without hope, we cannot return to love. A communal practice in counseling requires the ability to remain curious by asking questions and learning how we can best serve our clients and students through listening. Our work as counselors has complex layers and multiple roles that go beyond our offices and campuses. Aside from my role as a college counselor, I actively remain involved in my communities, using spoken word as a medium to conduct workshops and create spaces for storytelling and learning. Who am I serving? Our impact as counselors involves the ability to lean on one another, our community resources, and our collective wisdoms to maintain, heal, and thrive. Graduates, please take a look at the people sitting next to you. Take care of one another and build together. 2, clients and students. Now, I know the idea of loving your client and or student sounds like it can completely go against Counseling 857, which is their law and ethics class. I assure you, I am not trying to get you or me fired before you even graduate. Parallel to the practice of love is our unconditional understanding of others within it. Through your cultural competency lenses, your openness to understanding who the individuals you serve are within the room, and honing in on your powers to allow your clients or students to speak their truths and release their pain, you are more powerful than all of the Avengers combined. To be aware, open, and unconditional in understanding means to value the intersectionalities of our clients' identities and lives. Through love, it is our responsibility as counselors to lead without expectation, to meet our clients and students where they are at, and practice with gratitude for knowing they and we are doing our best within our work. Last but not least, self. Audre Lorde quoted, "Caring for myself is not self-indulgence. It is self-preservation, and that is an act of political warfare." And here is where I share some of my own story and truth. Within my first year of the graduate program, I had been nearly a decade into a long-time battle of depression, anxiety, and self-harm. Through the power of love and community from the program, my family, and myself, I thankfully came to a place of utmost desperation to find peace and happiness, due to the fact that I realized hurt people can hurt people. I realized I cannot be effective and impactful counselor if I do not do the work necessary to heal and continually understand who I am. This relationship with myself in the absence of love had to end, and I walked away without even a goodbye. Today, I stand before you 5 years recovered and counting. However, the work did not stop there. Never does. Once graduating in 2012, I felt the intense pressure to excel further, survive, and create revolutionary change. I had been offered a full-time job out of graduation and kept piling my plate with extra community projects, artistic endeavors, and side jobs. I filled my plate up to the point I could not hold it up any longer and dropped it and broke multiple times. Yet again, I was back to a point of desperation, looking for how I got to this new point of what I learned in time was burnout, was losing focus on the reason I fell in love with counseling in the first place. This was heartbreak at its best. We cannot love as verb, as action, without beginning with self. Love also means having the ability to be honest about our flaws and honoring these places of challenge and growth. Within conflict and vulnerability, we can become whole and move forward to do the work as counselors we aspire to create and achieve. Say no more often, it's okay. Saying no to one thing means saying yes to something more important, including your own well-being. Learn your boundaries and know when it is time to rest and refill. Self-care has actually been a synonym for self-love this whole time. In choosing you, you choose us, and you choose your clients and students. To stand on the stage as the troublemaker and radical fearless that I am, I wondered that question of why me? To then respond with, why not? I am only but a reflection of this community of counselors and educators, mentors and friends. Graduates, you too are merely but one another's reflections, and in all honesty, none of us can do this alone. In asking myself, how do I love today? Look around at your classmates, now colleagues, your faculty, now mentors, your family, your friends, ancestors, and loved ones who may not physically be with us. I, along with this whole room, do so today by loving and honoring you. For your current and future contributions to the progression, voice, and unwavering power of our professional field and practice, thank you. For the clients and students' lives you have already inspired, moved, impacted, and healed, and will continue to do so, thank you. For choosing, loving, honoring, and saying yes to you today and always. Thank you. Congratulations, graduation class of 2016. Bless, be well, and love. Always, always love. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim Davalos, for a poetic, powerful, moving speech. I would like now to invite to the stage